Good Thursday evening, Southeast Texas. Well, it looks like very warm, humid weather conditions. Heat indices back into the 90s expected the next several days across Southeast Texas. In your weather headlines, slim rain chances expected tomorrow through the weekend with warmer afternoon highs. Some of us could get into the upper 80s if we get enough sunshine. However, it looks like scattered showers and storms return to the forecast as we work on into, say, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, as a weak cold front stumbles into our area on Tuesday. So again, low chances coming up through the weekend. Maybe a low end scattering Monday and Tuesday. Best chance may end up on Wednesday as some moisture sneaks on in. So when dew points get into the 60s, you're probably going to switch on the air conditioner. We got lower and middle 70s for you. So yeah, that will conspire and interact with temperatures in the mid and possibly upper 80s to yield heat indices, in the 90s. So it's just that time of year. Lots of moisture over the Lone Star State. Notice the dry line west of Dallas, as you can see, over towards Ozona, between Ozona and say San Antonio. We're on the moist side of Texas, and that moisture is going to stick around. Now this is at the atmospheric column. In other words, it's going to be through the troposphere, from the surface to the top of the atmosphere, and that's an average, so pretty high. So in the upper levels of the atmosphere, the air is drier, so most of it's in the lower levels, but we're seeing that moisture or drier air is rotating around this disturbance as it works on in from the west in the upper levels of the atmosphere. So you can see all this dry air. Again, the lower levels have lots of moisture, but as you go up in the atmosphere, like up here, there's drier air. And so that is working in towards our area. You saw more sun today, and you didn't see much on radar, did you? It's because that drier air is working on in. Same thing in the tropics. Hurricanes need moisture, not just at the ground, but throughout the column, from the bottom, the sea surface, all the way to the top of the troposphere. If you have dry air aloft like this, hurricanes don't like that, and that's why we saw low rain chances today across Southeast Texas. It's this disturbance that caused all the storms on Monday, Tuesday, and even into Wednesday moves off towards the east. Now, as we work on into the weekend, we're going to watch a series of upper level disturbances just to our west and southwest. We may have some complexes of shower and thunderstorm activity try to sneak in from the west. So I'm going to go with a 20% coverage coming up Saturday and Sunday. Now, as we go into Monday afternoon, this high that is going to kick afternoon highs into the upper 80s coming up Sunday and Monday will break down. We'll see a surge of moisture. Some of these disturbances may work on in and a weak front to give us a scattering of showers and storms. What is scattered showers and storms? It's 30, 40 to 50% coverage. Okay, so tonight maybe an isolated shower, otherwise looking at abundant cloud cover, very warm, humid conditions as lows will get into the low to mid 70s. Tomorrow, 10 to 20% coverage, if that. Otherwise, decreasing afternoon cloudiness is possible. So that will certainly kick us into the mid 80s. I have very high confidence there. Question is, will some of us get in the upper 80s? That's a possibility coming up. On the Gulf of Mexico, slightly choppy seas around 2 to 3 feet in your coastal marine forecast. We'll see southeast winds at 10 to 15 knots. Some gusts to 20 knots out there. Water temperature up to 77. Only one high tide at Sabine Pass tomorrow at 11:41 a.m. Our forecast tonight, cloudy to mostly cloudy, some patchy fog. An isolated shower cannot be ruled out with a south to southeast wind. Maybe the lower 70s in the lakes, certainly the mid 70s in the triangle tomorrow. Partly sunny or decreasing cloudiness in the afternoon. It'll be a breezy, very warm and humid afternoon. We'll give it a 10% coverage. Highs certainly in the mid 80s. Will we meet and get up into the upper 80s? That is a possibility. Regardless, Friday's a keeper as far as I'm concerned. I wish it was a little cooler. The weekend, because of those disturbances over towards around Houston, we'll go with a 20% coverage on Saturday and Sunday. Mid, possibly upper 80s are expected under partly sunny skies. Then that high breaks down. We get an influx of moisture, series of disturbances, and a weak front. 30 to 40% coverage, maybe higher. Chances are expected Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. After that, becomes a little less clear which model is going to do the better job in the long term. So at this point, we'll go at 20% coverage on Thursday And I don't have a lot of confidence on Friday and Saturday. I don't think we'll see anything major at this point. We'll go with slim to none as high temperatures reach the middle to upper 80s. Download our app, follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and as always, there's more weather at 12newsnow.com.